had to post that one on my daughter's 12th birthday of us dancing together 3 times. The first one did bad. It totally got behind the scenes removed from TikTok. I could never tell from my channel. My wife actually told me, why was that video taken down? I'm like, really? So I went on TikTok.com and I found my account on TikTok.com and it was gone. And then I tried to re-upload it again. I didn't even delete it or private it. I just wanted to see what happened. So I uploaded it again with a different description / caption to see maybe I triggered something. Once again, it was pulled after about 1,000 views. And so I uploaded it a third time, and that one actually got about average views, maybe even above average. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Hey, this is my live Q&A from April 28th. If you wouldn't mind, drop a follow and like this, and let me know of any questions in the comments. Thanks. So I'm going to start by talking about average view duration percentage. It's the number one thing I think people are getting wrong when it comes to getting more views on their videos. So put simply, people aren't watching to the end. They aren't rewatching. They're killing your video. They're swiping your video. And they're not getting to the end. Now this is cool. This is a lot more cool if like it's a really long video. The problem is most people who are creating TikToks aren't able to keep people's attention to the end of 15 or even 10 seconds. So that's why I recommend starting with 8 seconds, and so you'll be able to have a better chance at keeping them watching to the end, because the video kind of ends before it gets boring. So I've noticed my TikToks have a lot better chance of success when they're shorter, but I certainly have some longer ones that had success too. It's just a lot harder. I mean, it's just, you really got to nail it to. It's just got to be a great piece of content for a long TikTok to keep people watching to the end. Jelani asks, I saw your new duet. When I go to search, how do I look for featured instead of trending? So you're talking about the one with Maddie. That is when you, maybe I need to make a TikTok about this, but when you go to choose your sound, you'll see a little trending button, and I think featured is there somewhere. Like, I don't work with music all that much, but I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right. So I think trending is in there, and I think featured might be you might have to scroll down a little bit to get to featured. Can anybody maybe expand on that? I'm not, as y'all can imagine, I don't do a ton with music. And by the way, whoever gives me the most gifts is going to get an account review. And this is special because it's not really something you can even buy. It's not something I'm doing, like I'm doing it for the contest winners. But it's special because I just don't really do them outside of like consulting clients. So Theo asks, is it better to use the songs with a blue music note by it? So I think the blue music note indicates that it is featured. I think that's what that means. I think TikTok's really trying to push those songs. And if that's true, which it probably is, TikTok's probably going to give a little bit more love to your posts, because they're like, all right, well, we promised this music producer, this music company, that we were going to get so many listens on this piece of music. And so, yeah, it's that simple. All right, let's see if we can see who's in the lead for like gifts. I don't even know how. Is there a way to see who's in the lead for gift? Whoa, we got a panda. Whoa, we got an I'm Very Rich. Wait. Whoa, there we go. I'm Very Rich by Steven. What? Jeez. All right. I like what I'm seeing. All right, the gifts are coming in. The gifts are rolling in. Whoa. All right. We got ourselves an old-fashioned bidding war. Can we see who's winning? How do we see who's winning? I don't know. We may have to wait till the end to see who's winning. All I know is some people have given some gifts, but yeah, the top gifter gets an account review. I'm gonna go into your account. I'm going to tell you the top 3 things I think you need to be focusing on to grow faster. And then I'm going to show your content to my followers. So it'll be seen by at least a couple thousand, up to millions possibly. I have 5 to 10 posts that are in the millions. So, I mean, it's not impossible, but much more likely it'll be in the thousands. But for somebody with 10 followers or whatever, that's great. All right, so Steven says, I'm not going to be able to see who's winning till the end. That's okay. We'll focus on value. We'll focus on value and questions then. All right, Drew asks, can you still grow if you don't have a niche but still make good content? Absolutely, man. Every one of your pieces of content is going to go to the For You page just for a little while, and if it does well with that tiny little subsection of the For You page, it's going to keep going to more and more people. Where having a niche helps, I think, when your new piece of content goes out to your followers as kind of like the first test batch, along with a few people from the For You page, having a niche increases the likelihood that they're going to resonate with the content, that they're going to like it, that they're going to watch to the end, which is going to help you. I believe that helps you when you go to the For You page. The problem is, like, if you don't have a niche, or you do like the follow for follow stuff or follow parties, and like your followers don't even like your content, that's going to be a negative indication to TikTok. That's like, oh, well, if this person's followers don't even like their content, why would the For You page? Do you understand how that might be like negatively perceived? And don't get me wrong, like, a lot of people hate on the TikTok algorithm. I have a lot of respect for it. I think it does a really good job at like suggesting the right types of content for people. Jelani asks, I'm a cinematic lifestyle videographer. Do you have any advice for that niche? I had 2 videos as well. Thank you, Steven. Awesome. For that niche, well, it depends on your goals, right? So if you're trying to get clients who want to pay you to do videography, well, then you might want to teach what it is that you do and give away all your best secrets. And then by doing that, I know a lot of people are hesitant to give away their best secrets. I give away all my best secrets. And Gary Vee always suggests doing that too. And the idea, to me, is you're going to build trust because you're giving away all your best secrets. You're going to look like a thought leader. You're going to look like somebody who's like really high level. Because the last thing somebody wants to do when they're hiring a professional is hire somebody who like they don't feel as awesome at what they do. So you really want to come off as, well, we got ourselves an old-fashioned bidding war. Let's go. Yeah, you don't want to be the person who just looks average or like slightly above average. You want to prove to people that you are awesome at what you do, and the way to do that is giving away all your best secrets. You're going to build trust. You're going to look like the authority, especially when you find something like brand new that you just learned. You're like a professional videographer, and you just learned it, and you share that with your audience. It's like, dang, I should not be doing this myself. I need to hire somebody because I'm busy. I got other stuff going on. So I would be like teaching your best tips and tricks. Yeah, I think that's what I would recommend for a niche. And so really what a niche is, it's a target audience. It's a group of people, whether, who like, they're a certain age, they might be a certain gender, they might be a certain, they might make a certain amount of money, they might live in a certain area of the world. They might have certain interests. And so I think 80 to 90% of your content should be focused on them. And so if you get that right, I think it'll help you a lot in order to grow. Because if you are the one person on TikTok, and right now you can kind of become the guy in a certain niche, or the gal, right? And if there's already like 5 to 10 people who are like dominating that space, maybe you take a small subsection of that. So maybe you're like pet videography or travel videography or something, wedding videography. Maybe you're the wedding videography specialist. If you want to niche down even further, if you feel like that space is already kind of saturated. 5_Lara asks, can a niche be teenagers, or is that too broad? Yeah, I think teenagers, well, it might be a little bit too broad. There's a lot of different types of teenagers. There's teenagers who are interested in like skateboarding. There's teenagers who are interested in sports who hate skateboarding. There's girls and there's boy teenagers, and each one has kind of a very different set of things that they're interested in. And you can kind of look at like different. I guess magazines aren't that big anymore, but I remember back when I was a teenager, you had your magazines for girls and your magazines for boys, and your magazines for girls were talking about, you know, the girl teenager stuff, and the boy ones were talking about the boy stuff, right? So it was like very, very different set of interests, even though there's a little bit of overlap. So I'd recommend, you know, girl teenagers who are interested in who are maybe like struggling with a certain thing. That would be a pretty good niche. Like female teenagers who are interested or struggling with, you know, weight loss. Maybe could be something. That's a pretty good niche, and you know, a lot of people are struggling with that. Almost dropped my coffee. That would have been bad. All right, Stephen Bowling asked, deleting posts versus making them private. All right, I'm getting a lot of questions about this lately. Here's my thing. We don't know for sure whether or not deleting a post really hurts you or not. Many people have said that it does. Also, many people lie, or many people pull facts out of their butt and present them as fact on TikTok. So, I don't know if it's true. I think it might be true. So what I suggest, because of that, is to private a video first that's questionable, and then delete if that doesn't work. So deleting is our last resort. Privating is our first step. Privating is great. You can always unprivate. You have that video forever, or I guess as long as your TikTok account is around. So yeah, private first, then delete. Steveston Creative says, Brooke Monk does a lot of boy versus girl content, and she does well. Boy versus girl, okay. Oh, like boy perspective versus girl perspective. So yeah, that could work. But again, that's already being done. So like, if something's already being done, if you can't make it better, if you can't add to it, well then maybe you go a little bit more niche with your target audience. Booty asks, people, myself included, can't find my TikTok when you search. Any idea why? Well, first thing I'd ask is whether or not your account is new. I've noticed new accounts, it takes a little while to get in the search index. So Booty, is your account new? And if that's not the case, if your account isn't new, or if you didn't just change your TikTok name, I think that it could be a bad thing, actually. I'm wondering about that. Glowfash says, we have influencers create videos, and when we repost, they get few views. Is this not allowed? I don't really know what you're saying, Glowfash. Who are these influencers? Where are they creating the videos? Where okay, so you're reposting other influencers' stuff on your channel, and you're expecting good things to happen. If I'm understanding you correctly, I think that's a problem. Yes, Mama, I am helping people grow. I'm helping people grow by answering their questions. Also, as you probably saw, I'm doing, whoever gives me the most gifts, I'm gonna do an account review, which is extremely rare. I don't even, you can't even buy this from me outside of the context of my my group and private consulting. So yeah, the biggest gifter gets an account review, which your content's gonna be seen on my channel by at least a couple thousand people, up to whatever, hundreds of thousands. Small possibility, unlikely, but possible. Also, in my bio, I have a guide that's free with some of my best basic tips. A one-page guide that takes about 5 minutes to read, so check that out. Joy asks, how do we add new music from iTunes, for example? I'm not a musician. Well, I have made music, but I don't Yeah, I don't really know. That's probably a question for somebody else. I have never added music from iTunes here. What I would recommend, if you have a song that you want to have, just search for it, and it should pop up. Most songs are there, unless it's like kind of niche. If it's your own song, you probably just need to get listed on on Spotify and like Google Play Music, and then you end up in the TikTok. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with that actually. Irvine Entertainment asks, if you get a hater duet, meaning they offend you in the video, does blocking them delete their video? No. So that video is going to be there. I don't recommend blocking them. Blocking them can maybe be a last resort. Here's how I deal with haters. Just respond to them and say, hey, look, looks like you're having a bad day, man. Let me know if you ever need to chat. Something like that. Really, really disarms them. In my case, like, they act like they don't think I'm a real person who reads this stuff, and they're shocked. Like, yeah, dude, I got like 55,000 followers, but I'm still a real person. I'm still reading as many of these comments as I possibly can. You know, I got a whole business that I'm running too. I'm very busy, but I'm also reading most of these comments, and it only takes a couple seconds to reply to a comment. So a lot of times when I just respond and say, hey, let me know if you need to chat, man. I hope I didn't offend you or something like that. They're like, oh, man. They kind of feel like an idiot at that point. And you don't even have to be mean. So, like, take the high road. More often than not, they'll actually pull the duet down, or they'll delete the comment or whatever kind of video about you, just because they're like, oh, this guy actually sees it. This is not like some, like, super celebrity. This is like a real person. And then they'll just feel really guilty and delete it. So just, like, take the high road if someone is hating on you. And that has worked for me. Let's go. What's up, Andy? Okay. I don't know how to read your name. Jonggu. Does hashtags like FYP and For You work? In my opinion, it only triggers the analytics. Yeah, I don't recommend using hashtag FYP or hashtag For You page or any of those, just because it doesn't really help you. And it takes up space in your description, which could be used for a relevant hashtag. And so there's opportunity cost to using those, and they don't really help you because millions of people are using it probably every day. And it's meaningless. And a lot of people are like, well, how come almost every post on the For You page has hashtag FYP or something similar? Well, because everybody thinks it does something. But what about the millions of people who use it who get like one view? What about them? Oh, it only works in certain cases. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Mad Catter 96 asks, how do you choose relevant hashtags? I choose relevant hashtags just kind of by gut feel. I try to just use whatever makes the most sense for what I'm talking about in the video, what the video is about. For example, my TikTok account reviews that I'm doing for my contest winners, I'm doing hashtag TikTok review, hashtag TikTok account review, hashtag account review, and I'll just keep going off the top of my head. I don't sit there and look at views because that doesn't matter so much. Just because something has a lot of views doesn't mean it's a good hashtag for you, because it depends on the competition too. If there's people with millions of views on that hashtag, you're probably never going to get found. So it's too saturated. People just look at views, but they don't think about saturation levels. I've got some really good context because I'm coming from the SEO world, and I know just because a keyword has a ton of searches doesn't mean it's a great keyword. You know, it might be like super competitive. Y'all think I'm getting emotional here. I think my contacts just I think my contacts is just watering up, but yeah, just because a hashtag has a lot of searches doesn't mean it's a good hashtag for you at all. Even Charlie might struggle with certain hashtags. Probably not, but it's possible. If I missed your question, post it down below. Again, as a reminder, the biggest gifter gives a very rare and special account review, which you really can't even buy it outside the context of my 3-month private or group consulting. By the way, if you're interested in private or group consulting, feel free to reach out. Just DM me here on TikTok. I have my DMs open, by the way. All right, question. Sticky Dice asks, I'm growing by 250 on TikTok and 50 on YouTube. Should I just focus on TikTok? Since the opportunity on TikTok is so ripe and good right now, I recommend spending most of your time on TikTok, like let's say 80%. Now it can depend. There can be certain examples of like if you're like really going after B2B business, if your target market is businesses primarily, you might want to go on LinkedIn instead. But for TikTok, for most people who are here right now, you're probably seeing the opportunity. YouTube isn't going anywhere. YouTube is pretty saturated. TikTok is not. TikTok has a ton of opportunity. So if you're going 50-50 TikTok and YouTube, I think you should be going like more like 80% TikTok, 20% everything else. So 20% should be split between YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. What else? I'm probably forgetting one or two, but all those other ones should be split between the other 20%. I believe most of your time should be put toward TikTok because this opportunity is not going to be here very long. And I'm not talking like a month or two. I'm talking like a year from now. It's going to be probably 3 or 4 times as hard as it is right now. So this stuff doesn't happen super quickly, but definitely take advantage before it's too late. C Gringo asks, TikTok is growing, but my Insta is lagging. Does this matter in the long run? It depends on your goals, man. Like, I would just build up your TikTok as much as possible, like I'm doing, and then push people to your different social media channels in little mini campaigns. So one of my little mini campaigns for me is like, all right, when I post one of these lives, which this live will be on YouTube, y'all can go watch it if you missed the first 10 minutes or whatever. But I'm gonna put this on my YouTube, and then you'll see a post from me this week or maybe today, tomorrow. Hey, I just put this video up on my YouTube, and then a bunch of people will go watch it. A bunch of people will follow me there. I'm building up my YouTube following. My YouTube following has never grown so fast as when I kind of do these little mini campaigns here on TikTok. But then it's like, is that your goal? Like, it depends on your goal. What's up, Glitchy Thumbs? Stephen Bowling asked, what was the final verdict of including kids? So I've been doing some experiments. There's definitely something with the algorithm and kids, at least on my channel. I had to post that one on my daughter's 12th birthday of us dancing together 3 times. The first one did bad. It totally got behind the scenes removed from TikTok. I could never tell from my channel. My wife actually told me, why was that video taken down? I'm like, really? So I went on TikTok.com and I found my account on TikTok.com and it was gone. And then I tried to re-upload it again. I didn't even delete it or private it. I just wanted to see what happened. So I uploaded it again with a different description / caption to see maybe I triggered something. Once again, it was pulled after about 1,000 views. And so I uploaded it a third time, and that one actually got about average views, maybe even above average. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Now the one I posted the other day with my son throwing the hat on my head, I was like, hey, if my son throws this hat on my head, by the way, that took about 40 or 50 takes. But, we did the one where my son threw the hat on my head, and that one got a little bit below average, I think, views. But at the same time, I want to go and see what the average view duration percentage was. Like if it's 5 seconds out of like 8 or 10, well then that makes sense. But if that average view duration is like 12 seconds on a 10-second video, well then that should be way higher than it is right now. So I'm gonna check into that today. So I'm glad you reminded me. Twisted Compass Co. says, what's the best way to grow a clothing brand on TikTok? I think sharing your journey of growing the brand, documenting the different steps that you're taking, like being honest and humble and letting people into your story, I think can help a lot. Even the mundane things like, day one, trying to grow a clothing brand. Day 10, trying to grow a clothing brand. Today we're struggling with, our distribution with the pandemic. We got this weird call that's making us second guess some of these decisions. Day 20, we just got like our biggest order day ever. We got like 25 orders. Things are getting kind of crazy. And this is all we're all celebrating, and maybe you're doing something, maybe you're taking a trip to like, I don't know, the beach or something like that. Day 30, we got our first 35 order day. things are getting crazy, but at the same time, you know, we found out that one of our employees actually got diagnosed with COVID, so we're dealing with that. So unfortunately, this is actually a somber day, although we got a lot of, you know, that kind of thing can really let people in. And then before you know it, they're wanting to buy from you to support you because they love your content, they love your story, and they're resonating with you. Does that kind of make sense? So that's how I would grow a clothing brand on TikTok. Ryan Lee Mills, what's the best way to remove an abscessed tooth from an alligator? Well, first, you need to find a way to pry open the mouth. Usually what we'll use here in Louisiana is vice grips. My buddy Andy Gabbs is a reptile expert. He could probably say a little bit better than me. But you also need, you know, alligators are very strong. They can actually rip open the vice grip, so you might need a couple of Cajun fellows to hold down the alligator from behind. Take your pliers, grab the abscessed tooth. You want to left and right rhythm. And then it should just pop out. STB Lim asks, I think I'm shadow banned. Please, can we have a chat somewhere? We're having a chat here, my man. That's what this is. Also, if you want a little bit extra help, I've got this guide in my bio. Y'all can download it. It's got a lot of my best tips. If you download that guide, you'll be invited to join my group chat, which is on the platform called Discord, where you can just kind of like throw questions at me, and I'll answer them. I hop in there once or twice a day and just kind of answer questions. And a lot of people are meeting some really great people to collaborate with and network with, get feedback on their content, give feedback on other people's content. Like, you know, a lot of people have come from like 10 followers and now they're at thousands and thousands, and now they're giving back to the people who are just joining with just a few followers. So it's a really cool community. It's not like shout out party type stuff. It's like we're actually helping each other by helping each other improve each other's content. All right, y'all. We're gonna end this in about 5 minutes. So if you're interested in that account review, here's your last chance to get your gifts in. Again, it's a very rare thing for me to do an account review these days, as y'all know. So the top gifter gets an account review, which will be on my channel. So last chance, 5 more minutes. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
All right, 5-minute timer's running, last chance. What kind of soap do I use? I don't know. Ivory, maybe? Doc Ryan asks, should a medium-sized creator stop hashtags? No, why would you do that? Oh man, what? Dude, hashtags are like the best thing you can do, whether you're small, medium, or large. Like I know it's like always cool to like, dude, I got this on the For You page with no hashtags. Well, that's cool, but hashtags will help the algorithm understand who to show your content to. That's the #1 reason you want to show it. Not because people are searching for hashtags or anything like that. Not because you want to like brag, but like, yeah, you don't stop using hashtags if you're interested in growth. Someone's asking if reposting is okay. I was told not to. Who told you not to? Tell them to come see me. You can repost, but private. If you're gonna repost, I recommend maybe making a little bit of a tweak, whether it's to the time that you post, to the description, caption, or to the video itself. But I've also seen people repost the exact same piece of content with the exact same description and have success. So maybe you don't need to change the content. Maybe you just need to change the time that you post as an experiment. But yeah, reposting is fine. What I would avoid, and I have seen exceptions to this, but I would avoid reposting the same piece of content too many times without privating the original. But again, I have seen exceptions to that. So the jury's still out on that one. But what I would do personally is private. I wouldn't want the same piece of content. I guess just for my viewers' sake, I think it would be kind of annoying to have the same piece of content over and over and over. I mean, I'd probably unfollow somebody for seeing the same post multiple times. Iris asks, the suggested hashtags, even if not relevant. Now, I would recommend not using irrelevant hashtags. I would recommend using relevant hashtags. Yeah. Just use relevant hashtags that make sense for what your content is. Stop trying to like hack Larry says, my post was duetted by a big account, but still no For You page. Yeah, just because somebody duets you doesn't mean you're going to the For You page. There may be something going on with your account. It's kind of hard to say. And watch that average view duration percentage. Yeah. Also, look for the yellow dot audio. I made a video showing some different yellow dot audio issues. There's 3 different ones you need to watch out for. There's the persistent yellow dot, which could mean a few things, but usually it means copyrighted audio possibility. So you might want to private or delete that. Then you got the ones that are yellow just for a second, and then they turn into the video icon. And then you've got the ones that are, what's the other one? Oh, the ones that are yellow, but it says the song has been removed, which I think are fine to keep, just in case it comes back one day. All right, we got 1.5 minutes left. I'm gonna do one more question, and last chance to get your gifts in to win that account review. What color is my hair? My hair is reddish orange, and it's mostly on my face these days. All right, last question. Swimmer Fit. I deleted videos in the past. Is my account credibility now gone? No, I don't think your account credibility is now gone. I think your account credibility is going to be fine unless you're like a habitual deleter. If you delete like 90% of your videos, 70% of your videos, TikTok's going to be like, well, should we really promote this person's video? Because they're going to be like probably deleting it. That's the kind of thing I would watch out for. All right, that's going to do it for my Q&A. I'm not sure who won, but I'll let you. I guess I'll let y'all know. I'll let the winner know. I'll make a post and I'll say who won. How about that? And then download the guide in my bio, and you'll be invited to my group chat. And that's it. So y'all go out there and crush it. Don't forget to post at least twice today. I want everybody here to post at least twice today and tag me in your post. Show me that you posted. Tag me in your post or your comments after you post. All right, y'all. Talk soon. Oh, booty meat. All right. Bye, y'all. So if you made it this far, obviously you found value here. So go ahead and leave me a follow, a like, and yeah, any comments below are great. By the way, I have this 5-minute read. It's a guide on my bio. It's got all my basic best tips to get you going on TikTok. Go grab that on my TikTok bio and enjoy the rest of your day.